Hello YouTube, this is Michael B. the Game G, and this is my December update of my NES Complete Collection Chronicles. Alright guys, so I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't pick up as much this time around. Christmas is just right around the corner, so I've actually kind of been holding off on a lot of my pickups until after Christmas, just to make sure I can provide for my wife and family the way I'd like to during Christmas. So anyways, I didn't pick up as many games, but let me show you what I got. First up is a game from a movie from the 80s. The first time I ever saw it was in a Pat the NES Punk review. Anyways, I haven't tried it out yet, but from the Pat review I remember it wasn't so good, and that is The Last Starfighter. Here's a game that ABGN did a review of, and I know that it's probably not going to be excellent, but I'm excited to try it out all the same, and that is Ghostbusters on the NES. I've heard the Sega Master System version of this is actually pretty decent. It's pretty much a port of this game, or vice versa. Here's a game I'm actually really excited to pick up, and excited to try out. It's a Taito game, and that is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Anyways, from what I understand, this is not an easy game to find. It's an uncommon game, so I'm excited to add it to my collection. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So I'm excited to try this game out because I also really love the enemies in this game, always have, and that is Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six. Yeah, I know, it's made by LJN. Here's a game I know absolutely nothing about, but hey, I'll check it out. I'll play just about anything on the NES. Flight of the Intruder. Whenever I hear this game, I think of the 80s movie, the Disney movie I love called Flight of the Navigator, but not the same thing. Snoopy's Silly Sports Challenge. It's a game. I haven't tried it out yet. I don't know if it's any good. Sunsoft. One thing I've got to say about Sunsoft, they have some of the best music on the NES. So I'm excited to try this game out. Sky Kid. I've actually been looking for this for a long time. When I was up at the flea markets in New Brunswick with my wife, I'd always pass this game up and say, oh yeah, I'm going to get it next time. Until the very last time I went back, when I actually did plan on getting it, it wasn't there. It took me a little bit extra, but I finally picked up a copy of Sky Kid. Now are the games I'm actually really excited about this month. First is a Konami release that I've been looking forward for an extremely long time. I believe that Happy Video Game Nerd did a review of this, but I haven't seen it yet, and that is Konami's Monster in My Pocket. Very cool. I love Konami. I have to ask the question sometime, maybe. Going back to the NES, what were you? Konami or Capcom? And last but not least, I did this thing on Facebook a little while ago where I asked a poll and said, what game should I review next? So I put a list of options there, and I didn't realize that you could actually block it so only your options showed up. So obviously people made write-in ballots. One of the write-in ballots was like chicken leg sandwich or something like that. Obviously that's not a game. But the other game that actually was a write-in ballot and got the most votes I was really surprised by was Shatterhand. I had never heard of the game before. Anyways, I did some research on it, and it turns out this is an incredible game. It's from the same kind of mold that I consider to be from like Vice Project Doom and Power Blade, two amazing games that I guess were overlooked when I was a kid. But anyways, it's exciting to go back and play. I've been playing this like crazy, and Shatterhand's an incredible game. I probably will end up doing a review of this. I just gotta get good at it first, because the game's not for the faint of heart. Anyways guys, like I said, slow month, saving up for Christmas. Anyways, if you've been counting along, that's 9 new NES games that I'm adding to my collection. Last time, I finished with 370, so my December update shows that I'm up to 379 games. Only 21 away from the 400 mark. Really quickly, I'll also explain, it's getting kind of hard to find games around here. Like, I pick up the majority of my games locally. I don't buy NES games off eBay. I usually just find them in the flea markets at thrift stores. And I'm getting to the point where I could go up to a vendor and he could have like 200, 250 games. I've got every single one. Now, I'm not bragging by saying that. I'm just explaining to you that it's getting kind of hard for me to find something. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time. Alright guys, so this is for everybody who always said I was doing false advertising by having my dog in my intro and never put in my videos. There you go. Opie's in the video. Tell him, Optimus Prime. Tell him. Grimwop Nim Grab Ninny Bum.